Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Welcome to some Forza Horizon 5, and as you guys have seen from the past few videos that I've been making on the channel, this little mini short series that I'm doing here is basically me going through all of the previous Forza Horizon titles just to have a look at all of them and how they've improved over the years. At least once, basically play these games, at least once, before Forza Horizon 6 comes out. So that's why this video will probably be the last one from this series that I'm going to be kind of making like this, because we're now at Forza Horizon 5. If you haven't seen 4, 3, 2, and 1's video, go check them out on the channel. Whilst you're there, please subscribe, helps out a lot. You guys get to know whenever I upload a brand new video, and of course I'll be uploading a lot of stuff on Forza Horizon 6 whenever that releases next year. So thank you again, by the way, for all the people, all the new subscribers, all the new viewers on the channel. Thank you guys for hanging around, sticking around. As you can tell, I feel quite a bit better. I still have like a bad cough. It's gotten to a point where now it's kind of gone from my dry throat, which used to like sting just from being dry. It's gone down to like a bit more of like a chesty cough. A little bit nasally and all that, but I am still sick, just not anywhere near as bad as I was before, you know? So I think I'm probably good enough to come back to making content where I can actually speak in it, right? Anyway, regardless, let's get started with this. Since it's nighttime outside, I'm not going to take a look at the detail of this just yet. We're going to take a look at the menus and everything. Now, I've done obviously countless videos on this game and what is bad about it, what is good about this game. So I'm not going to go into too much of a detail, but we'll look at the differences between Forza Horizon 4 and Forza Horizon 5, which is the very first topic, and that is there aren't that many. There aren't that many differences, as you can see, even with the menus and everything. They're still laid out in this like tile format type of vibe. They definitely are a lot better laid out in this game than in Forza Horizon 4, but they still have the same sort of tile layout in the middle of your screen. I don't dislike this, honestly. I think it's easy to see what you're clicking on and what you're going into. Accolades, badges, everything. It's just everything is just there on your screen. It's very easy to know what you're clicking onto and what you're doing, right? Very nicely laid out. If it was like a big list on the left side of your screen, like as if you're booting up the game or whatever, if it's just like a big long list of shit, I feel like it'll be a little bit worse. This tile format, I like. I wouldn't mind at all if this tile format stays for Forza Horizon 6. I think it's a good setup. And I think we've started it off from, you know, further back with the games, but it's now been made so it's even clearer than before. There is so much shit to do in this game. There is so much stuff in this game packed in, and I can't, like, for people that are new to this game, this is what I've said before as well, for people that are brand new to the Forza series, and they started off with Forza Horizon 5, you started off with a great game, because there's so much stuff to do in this, that it's impossible to get bored early, right? Like, there's so much stuff that you can, like, have to get done. The only problem is if you start off playing late with this game, you're not going to get the same impactful festival playlist as everyone else did, where basically you try to grind your points to get whatever the newest car that week would be in the season, right? Like that's what it was before. Like, you get a brand new car into the game with an update, and they'll be slapped there. All you do is you get your 20 points, your 40 points, or whatever it is, and you get your brand new car for that week. So it's very cool. I think it was a good way for them to add brand new cars into the game just by doing stuff in the festival playlist. This also kind of forces you to do stuff that you maybe aren't really like interested, or it's not that you're not interested, but you're not really familiar with doing. So maybe doing stuff like rival events like this, or maybe you're doing stuff like, you know, taking pictures of your cars or whatever, you know, playing online with other people, or just simply doing regular championships and different PR stunts. And it's forcing you to do it with cars that you maybe aren't or haven't been driving in this game. So it's kind of cool. It kind of makes you do stuff that's kind of just a little bit different and a little bit, you know, out there, instead of just, you know, the regular, I want to drive the fastest car possible on the game and that's it. You know what I mean? Because yes, that would get 100% fully boring, and I agree with people, but I kind of like the festival playlist thing. A lot of people dislike the way you're getting the cars in the festival playlist, because see, I don't get this, right? They were complaining that you can't just get the car. I mean, you play the game to get the car. I mean, it's not really that much of a difference. And it's not like they're adding this car behind such a difficult way of playing the game. Usually it's like your 20 points or your 40 points. You can get this done in about an hour of play, right? Your 40 points, I mean. Like the 20 points, you can get it done within like a few minutes. You know, so it's not like it's taking you hours and hours or days on end. Even though this whole thing is going on for a whole week, it's not like that's it, right? You can't get the car just at one time, and then like you can't spend an hour a week to play this game to be able to get your car. So that's the one thing that I've seen people moan about. And I honestly don't see it. I genuinely don't see it. Yes, I know it's different for me because I literally, like, my job is to make content on this game, so I have time to play the game. But even people that don't really have a lot of time to play the game, if you sit down literally just one day a week and you play for an hour, you'll get whatever new car is out that day, you know, or that week even. So it's not really like that big of a deal that people were making with the festival playlist. But I've seen people that saying that they want them to change the festival playlist and the way you get your new cars. I don't know. It's up to you guys. Would you want to see something else, a different way to get cars? Because I mean, you were still able to get the cars in just regularly, right? Like when the update came out, you were just able to go and claim the car itself anyway, for some of them. But then they had the festival playlist, which I think it was a good way to add the cars. You had Horizon Adventure, which obviously showed your progress, you know, from start to finish, everything that you were able to do for each one of the actual festivals that they added into this game, which of course they were on like different portions of the map, and they all contributed, or they all kind of stood for something specific. Like this one was like a dirt racing event, like added a bunch of dirt racing events all around the map, even PR stunts that were in like the dirt area. This one was like road racing one, this was the street racing one over here, and then you have obviously your regular festival, which is down here. Boom. And then you have this one, which is like the cross countries type of vibe. So again, you had your different festivals which corresponded with the type of races that you get to do, right? Which is cool. I enjoy that a lot. Can we talk about the map first of all? Or not first of all, but like now, can we talk about the map? I'm gonna talk about it now. It's boring. It is easily the biggest map out of the series. 100% is the easiest map out of the series, or it is the biggest map out of the series. It's just boring. It's bland. There's not much going on. You have a few roads here and there, which are nice to drive on because obviously, you know, you'll have like a bit of different views, I guess, in the background, and you have like different type of like, you know, undulating roads and stuff like that. But god damn, the whole center of the map is boring. This whole area here is boring, and it's a big portion of it. It is an enormous portion of this map. It's just straight up nothing. It's just farmland, as you can see. It's literally all just farmland. It's just open world farmland. Yes, the restrictions are fully gone, or they have been fully gone in Forza Horizon 4, so you can pretty much drive wherever and whenever you wanted. Just go off-road, you know? You can break smaller trees now as well, which I feel like in Forza Horizon 4, you still had a bit of elimination with the type of trees that you were actually able to break, where it was just like the super thin ones. Now you can slightly break slightly thicker trees as well, but obviously the big boys, you know, you'll end up still crashing into. But you know, driving around in the jungle, driving around like this, I mean, it's still, initially it was a very fun thing to do, and it's cool. But once you get to the whole open field thing, it just feels a little bit boring. And again, we've talked about this many times, it genuinely feels like the map has been made for the Eliminator. Yes, the Eliminator has returned on this game from Forza Horizon 4. Forza Horizon 4 obviously introduced the Eliminator on its map, and then now we've got it here. I think it was a big hit in Forza Horizon 4 when they introduced it for the very first time, because it wasn't in the game from the very beginning. They brought it out as an update, and it was very fun. It was very sick. But then they brought it out in this game, and it's weird because it looks like, or it feels like, they've created a whole map for the Eliminator, but then they just didn't show any care for the Eliminator at all. It was so long until we started getting, you know, bug fixes for the Eliminator. It was a very long time until we actually got some bug fixes for the Eliminator. And not only that, but we never got a cycle of cars. Like if I go into the Eliminator right now, it's the same cars from day one. The only thing that we got added was a new starter car. So instead of getting the Beetle, you got the Nissan Suru or whatever it's called. So you had 2 different cars for the startup, and that was it. Every other car in the game, or in the game mode, was the same since day one. And the game's been out for like 4 years now. It's crazy. It just doesn't make any sense why they wouldn't update the Eliminator at all. They brought out a bunch of other stuff, a new game mode like hide and seek. Really boring, because it's not really hide and seek. It's like, go here and try and block this guy from going, because you're literally being told where the person is. Like a proper hide and seek game would be, here's a small area, this guy has to blend in, or he can just fully go and hide behind a wall or whatever, but you can't turn off, like, for example, your headlights or anything like that, so you can't properly hide. And the chasers or the seekers have a radar. They can just literally drive straight up to exactly where you are. That's it. Like, it's not really a hide and seek. It's like kind of like a just go and find this guy, which you know exactly where he is. It's a bit annoying. It's a bit boring. Rally Adventure was one of the DLCs that we got for this, which I honestly really enjoyed. A lot of people really enjoyed this map. It was actually very fun to play on. I think some of the roads were amazing in this game. It's got like a one big road where you can drift it around kind of the entire map, which is very sick. You've seen me make videos on it before, so I'm not going to showcase it again in this video, but it's honestly super fun to drift around this map. Some of the roads on this map are actually much better than the roads on the main map of the game. And then we got a recycled Hot Wheels DLC. I mean, again, we've had this in Forza Horizon 3, and it's just not as good as it was in Forza Horizon 3. I think the map is bigger, and it's obviously different, but the only issue that I have with this is that it's basically the same thing that we've already had before. This kind of brings me up to a point where I kind of really want to talk about with this game, and it's the bugs that this game is riddled with and the cheaters. They've done some very dumb updates in the past, and some of them are for bug fixes. Very few of them. There's still a lot of bugs that plague this game, and there's still a lot of cheaters that play this game. The one thing that they really didn't care about in this game are the leaderboards. They just do not care at all. They've deleted some scores once, and that's it. One time, literally. And all of these scores are straight up just cheated. If you check the top of the world, you'll just see people with millions and millions of points. It's just straight up just cheated events. And it's not even just like the one event, it's every single one of them. The more you go into these like speed traps, which are the easiest ones to cheat, obviously, because all you do is just get a super fast like car anyway that you can have like a really high top speed with, and all you do is you use your little like button or whatever on your trainer, and then you just send your car to like whatever unlimited speed, and as you can see, everybody's doing pretty much the same speeds at the top here. It's just disgusting to look at, honestly. There's no point of playing for the leaderboards. What is the point of having a leaderboard if there is no reason to even go and look at it, because there's so many cheaters all over the leaderboards? They just don't do anything about them. They just didn't care. Since day one, when they released this game, they just did not care about fixing the leaderboards in this game. And that's another thing as well. The whole competitive aspect of this game is kind of just gone. It just feels like it's so much worse than it was before. We have the rivals events. Again, rivals are also cheated. Like, you go into one of the events and you can literally see people shooting ahead. Like, if you select the top person on the list that you're driving, you can see the person at the top of the world. Where's the global one? I think I skipped past it by accident. Global? There we go. You can see like, this guy's done a lap in 10 seconds. What are we doing here, man? As soon as you start seeing stuff like this on the leaderboard, just delete the people. Just literally block their accounts and delete them. Like, it's insane how little they actually cared when it came to the whole system for this game, when it comes to the anti-cheat or anything like that. The clubs as well, they ended up obviously bringing the clubs back, but this was again done through the actual Xbox app instead of everything else. But now they decided to delete the Xbox app clubs thing, so you can't really access clubs anymore. That's my bad. I'm an idiot. I clicked on the thing and it basically opened the Xbox app, so stop my recording. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way to even access clubs anymore on PC. So there's no way you can join or leave or anything like that. You just can't do it anymore. Literally impossible to do any of that sort of stuff. Car list is massive in this game. There's, I think, just a little over 900 cars. I think there's like 901 or 2 or whatever it is, including all the like crazy weird special editions. I have pretty much every single car in the game except for like, again, 1 or 2 of the super special editions where you can only get by, you know, getting like a code off of something. Apart from that, the regular cars that everybody can get in this game normally, I have every single one of them. So there's a lot of cars that they've added into this game. Some of them are very like stupid. Like, we have the Extreme E cars, which are pretty much the exact same car over and over again. Instead of adding just the one car and then, you know, adding the option to change the livery on it, they added literally all of these, even though it's every single one of them is the exact same car. So there's been a lot of ads of the same type of car, if that makes sense, in this. And a lot of cars that people just never really asked for and never really wanted into the game. And they kind of got rid of some of the older cars that we've had in previous games. And again, replace them with some of the cars that we just don't really like care about, to be honest. Apart from that, again, everything is very similar to Forza Horizon 4. Car mastery is still there. You still have your tuning, you still have your upgrades, you still have all of that stuff. It's all pretty much the exact same. Your creative hub as well is where all of your, you know, tunes and paints and everything like that It's being shared to everybody so people can download them, they can use them. Super 7 obviously returns as well. EventLab is a big thing, which apparently EventLab was also used to kind of test out how high and how well people build all of their, I guess, their worlds. So you can basically, if you haven't seen any EventLab stuff, people create some unreal stuff. They basically, it's like creating an extra DLC for Forza for some of them. Like, it's very cool how creative people are, and the community made stuff that they do is just insane sometimes. So it's very cool. And apparently the Forza team from Playground Games have been looking and, you know, checking out all of the EventLab stuff and what you can do with EventLab, and they've been using it to try and create stuff for Forza Horizon 6, which is very cool to see. They're actually using like in-game, you know, mechanics to try and set stuff up so they can create a nice immersive map for Forza Horizon 6, which I like. I think it's a good thing. Apart from that, Accolades is a new thing. It's just like an extra, it's not even like a currency, it's just like an extra little thing that you get to like get. Like, it is kind of like a currency because you get to like get stuff. I mean, you don't use it to buy anything, but you just use it and you unlock stuff, and then you have like a higher number at the top of your screen. That's pretty much it. There's not really much that's there. Badges are kind of cool. They go next to your name, as you can see at the top left. So they're kind of cool. Something a little bit extra. The settings options, pretty much all the exact same as they were in the previous games. Audio again. We now have a bunch more options available, plus the streamer mode as well, again returning, which is very cool to see. Controls and all that sort of stuff is all pretty much the same. We also now have a drift cam that they added in, so it's just more quality of life changes that they've done with this game. The only problem is that a lot of the quality of life stuff that they ended up adding to this game doesn't negate the fact that it's still a very broken game, or it was a very broken game for a very long time. It just feels like the updates that came out for this game were more like them adding content into the game instead of them fixing the existing content that we have in the game, if that makes sense. So instead of them, you know, doing a service to everybody and actually, you know, getting rid of cheaters, getting rid of, you know, loads of weird exploits and all that, instead of them doing that, they kind of ended up just continuing to add content to the game. Now, since it's daytime, let me stop yapping about everything else. Visually, what is this game like? Well, this is easily the best looking game out of the whole series, and it's no competition, to be honest with you. Forza Horizon 4 has its own little vibe. I think it's a little bit too overly colorful, whereas this game has more of a realistic feel to it. Like, if you look at the distance, there's like some fog in the distance and a bit of haziness, and, you know, it's not all incredibly overly saturated, if that makes sense. We also have ray tracing, which now is a thing in Forza Vista as well, or if you go into photo mode, and the cars and everything looks absolutely fantastic. So I'm very happy with the way this game looks. I think genuinely it is a massive upgrade and a massive improvement from the previous games. Does it have a few rough edges here and there? Yes, of course. I mean, obviously you can look at, you know, weird JPEG textures on the floor and all that sort of stuff, but when you're looking at the car details, there's so much that's gone into the details of all of these cars. They all look really good. So I can't really fault it for the quality that you know, that the cars actually have in this game, because I think they genuinely, it is definitely the best so far that we've ever had in the Forza franchise. I think it's definitely the best looking game out of the lot of them. Even with the Forza Motorsport games, I think it's a fantastic looking game. So I think visually, it's very hard to beat. Even when we're going to go over to Forza Horizon 6, I think it's going to be very difficult to beat. The only issue that we really have, a lot of people are still saying that we still have the old car models for a lot of stuff. I mean, stuff like the Sylvia, the R32, Volkswagen. Like, I mean, there's so many different types of cars and stuff like that we've had the pre-existing car models from all the way back into like the early Forza Motorsport games, like Forza Motorsport like 3 and 4. You know what I mean? So they need to rescan some of the cars because they're not particularly accurate. I think car sounds in this game are actually overall quite good. I don't like the pops. Exhaust pops are a bit stupid in this game. They're too loud, and they pretty much happen on pretty much every single car that you want to drive in this game. It can be like a 3-cylinder little hatchback that has like 70 horsepower, 75 horsepower. The exhaust will still like pop. Like, it just makes no sense, you know. But again, it is definitely a big improvement when it comes to the, like I said, the car detail and the car sounds from a lot of the previous games, because especially Forza Horizon 3, which had some very questionable stuff, going on there with the car sounds, and a lot of people obviously complained a lot about it. It's not perfect in this game, but there are some cars in this game which show that they have like insane potential to create some really good car sounds in this game, and that is good for me. Or not, I was gonna say it's good enough for me, but it's not really good enough. It's more like I know that they're capable of doing some incredible stuff with the car sounds if they decide to do it for a lot of the cars, if not every single one of the cars. Like, listen to this. I don't think we've ever had a 3-rotor in a game before, like, until this one. Fantastic sound. This is one of the best sounding cars in this game, and it sounds so accurate to what a 3-rotor actually sounds like. The changing gears and how stuttery it is, like how shaky it is, and how when the wheels break traction, the whole car kind of stutters a little bit. It's cool. Like, there's still a lot of attention to detail when it comes to the sound in this game, and I feel like a lot of people kind of overlook it a little bit, because there are a lot of cars in this game that does sound like poo, but there are a lot of cars that actually do sound really good in this game. Again, it just feels a little bit empty to be driving around it. And a lot of people were saying that the traffic in this game is also a bit dead. Like, you drive around and it just feels like it's kind of like a ghost town driving around, if that makes sense. Like, there's not really much going on in terms of the AI that's driving around in this game. And I'm not talking about like the AI as in like the drive avatars, but like stuff like these type of vehicles, just your regular trucks and cars and all that. It generally feels like it's a very dead place to be in. I don't know if people have complained before that if there's like too much traffic, but in this game it just feels like there's not much. Like, there's not much going on here. I think render distance should definitely be addressed in this game. I feel like if you have a good PC, especially when it's on PC, if you have a good PC, I think you should be allowed to change your render distance to be as far as you want it to be. It's genuinely a lovely game to play, and I feel like its seasons now, which it's kind of gone from Forza Horizon 4. Its seasons make it more interesting to play now, because you can kind of just do whatever you want whenever you want, really. But the only thing is, oh, it sounds so good, man. It sounds really good. The only thing is, again, it just feels a little bit dead and a little bit dry, and I don't know really how I feel about that, to be honest with you. So that's pretty much it for me. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you want to see more videos like this on the channel, then of course subscribe, like this video if you enjoyed it. And this was, I guess, our little look at Forza Horizon 5 before Forza Horizon 6 releases. I mean, I'm obviously going to continue to play this game, but yeah, I don't know. We'll have a look and see what happens in the future. Hopefully, it's hopefully Forza Horizon 6 is going to be a big improvement. Yeah, let's just put it that way. Again, thank you for watching, everybody, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.